AM4 versus AM5 and which one you should buy. AM4 is the CPU socket for Ryzen 1000, 3000, and 5000 series CPUs from AMD. AM5 is the socket for Ryzen 7000 and the current Ryzen 9000 series. AM4 uses PGA or pin grid array where the pins are directly on the CPU itself. AM5 uses LGA or land grid array where the pins are built into the motherboard. So what are the pros and cons of each? Well, AM4 is an older platform, so it's much cheaper. You can find parts just about anywhere and the price to performance is insanely good. Another advantage of being an older platform is that the firmware is almost perfected at this point. You won't run into many blue screens or bugs on an AM4 system. The major con here is that it's considered a dead platform. Yes, AMD does still offer some support, but they're not developing any new technologies for it. Also, AM4 does not support DDR5 RAM, so memory is going to be slower. Now, of course, AM5 is much faster and more efficient, but the price is actually worse than you might think. Not only does the CPU cost more, but it also does not support DDR4 RAM. So if you buy an AM5 CPU, you have to buy a new motherboard and new RAM, both of which are more expensive than the AM4 version. And since the pins are now on the motherboard, sure, it's less likely they'll be damaged, but much harder to fix if they are. Make sure to not bend any pins, or else it will literally cost you. So which one should you buy? Well, there's two scenarios in my opinion where the AM4 comes out on top. First, if you're just looking for a budget gaming build and you don't care about the highest, most groundbreaking numbers, AM4 is going to save you a ton of money, and it's still going to give you a reliable gaming system that blows consoles out of the water. The second, if you already have an older AM4 system and you're just looking to upgrade, don't. I would actually recommend upgrading your GPU before anything else. Not only is the performance gain going to be much more noticeable in the games you play, but it's an easier switch on the hardware side of things. If you want to try out those new shaders on Minecraft, a new CPU just isn't going to help that much. For everyone else, AM5 is the way to go. Yes, it's more expensive, but with that extra cost comes better performance, better efficiency, and more long-term support.